basically, I just want to, sum up this conference. This is our first Zoom conference, and we have a lot of people to thank for it. And so I'm going to tell you the people who really made this conference possible. Because when, when the pandemic happened, some of the trustees were saying, well, maybe we should pass this year, can't meet in public, can't meet in New York, et cetera. And maybe we shouldn't have an AKML. But most of the trustees said, you know what, we really should. This is a tradition, 67 before, never missed one, like ETC. We never missed an issue on that. So we'll go forward. So then how to do it? Well, I've been the one who's been setting up the Princeton Club AKMLs. And I think I was pretty good at it. I mean, it's almost getting routine. But it had to go on Zoom, way above my pay grade. And I'm a volunteer. Really above my pay grade. I don't have to lure so hard because I'll lose my job. If I lose my job, I can handle it. Actually, I'm giving up my job in December. But in any event, the thing is, who could help get this done? And so here are some of the people whose yeoman service made this possible. And I think, by the way, this was one of the best AKMLs I've attended. And one of the reasons why it was so good was we can have people from all over the world who might not have come to New York, but who could come online and do the work. And we can get people in the future. So I'm thinking maybe Zooming isn't so bad. But in any event, Thom Gencarelli. Now, Thom, of course, is a professor, but he's also, a real world guy, in quotes, real world. And so all the professors that I've worked with here, by the way, they know how to get things done. And Thom got us a Zoom account. He figured out how to do a webinar. He figured out how to get the links going. And it was just amazing. So, I mean, Thom, really, we so thank you for doing all this. Lance was on the committee with myself, Lance, and Thom. I was just listening basically to these two guys go back and forth in figuring out the glitches that could occur, how we could overcome them, the reason we needed a tech person, possible problems. And by the way, Thom, with that Zoom bombing, my God, you did such a good job. And you said, well, that's it. I thought, well, that's it. That's the end of the conference. It's a day and a half. Nope. Got another link. We got pretty much everybody back on. Brilliant idea. And of course, going forward, we'll put everyone in the waiting room on these things in the future. But Lance was on the committee. He is such an innovative problem solver. I mean, things came up just intuitively, seems to know how to fix problems. Of course, the symposium talk was like another grand slam, super home run. It was just brilliant. And just such a good person to work with and just helping organize it. When I did the program, he said, Marty, the way you put the speakers in here, not the best. And he made suggestions. And I said, Lance, you do it. So we just simply organized all the committees and moderators. And, I'll take credit for the program, but he should get the credit because he was the one who did it. Corey Anton. Okay, so our AKML speaker on Friday night had COVID, by the way, which we told you about, but he knew he had COVID. He was still going to do the talk and could do it because we'd be safe, he'd be home. But in the last few days, the symptoms got so bad that 2 days before the AKML, he said, I really wanted to do this, but my symptoms are bad, I can't do it. So my first thought is, well, there goes Friday night. But nope, Corey and Thom and Lance said, no, let's see if we can get someone else. And who was that person? Corey Anton. And we all turned to him, and he delivered what I think you all would agree is one of the best AKML talks we've ever had. Just full of information, interestingly delivered. I'm still thinking of all the questions I can ask. I ask myself, I ask other people, just brilliantly done. So Corey's a hero. Ben Hauck. What would the Institute be without Ben Hauck? I don't think there'd be an Institute. This guy is unbelievable. I mean, he must not sleep because he's working a full-time job, an acting job, where it's like morning, noon, night, and he still squeezes in a million things to organize us. I mean, in addition to this, he does the membership stuff, but on this, he puts the links to Twitter, the brilliant video he did. And by the way, that video is up online. If you want to introduce people to general semantics, particularly young people, send them to link to Ben's video. It's so of the moment and so topical. It's just brilliant. And Jackie, who I see here. Jackie does so many things for us. Well, for this AKML, she always does the plaques. And that may seem so, well, use the plaques. show the plaques, Jackie. That's very good.
She keeps the plaques. You know.
She keeps the plaques. And she knows the plaques. No, but I mean, no, seriously. She has been always so helpful. She's always been so helpful. And, you know, I don't know, I just think this was one of the great conferences. Speakers, I mean, we tend to get good speakers at the symposium. But I think this year, for some reason, maybe because I was paying more attention, I don't know. But I thought the speakers were so good. And the discussions around them. And I love the chat feature on Zoom. I just terrific. So all in all, and by the way, says, you notice this is sort of my swan song, AKML, for organizing it. And I didn't have to organize it. So it's a perfect swan. It was organized for me. So thank you, folks, for making this a delightful way to step out, but I'm not stepping out totally. I'll still be on the board of trustees. So in any event, I want to thank you all for attending. I want to have you think about next year's AKML, which maybe will be done in person. Frankly, I'd vote for Zoom again, but okay. And think about trying to expand general semantics in the world. As I said in my original speech about having a serum for the craziness in the society, it truly is. And of course, you know, Travis mentioned how come scientists fail. You could argue how come general semantics has failed. Even if you tell someone who doesn't know about general semantics and inform them about general semantics, you would think they would pick it up. But in fact, as you know from life experience, people only pick up what they're ready to pick up when they're ready to pick it up. So you can take a horse to water, but there you go. In any event, I want to again thank you. Milton was supposed to play the drums as a final thing. And if finish and he's not drumming, then that's sad. But as you all know, Milton's a brilliant drummer, but more than a brilliant drummer, Milton has been a absolute wonderful ambassador. He was the ambassador at large for IGS for many years, for general semantics. And his breadth of knowledge and his ease in delivering the message of what general semantics is has informed all of us and has probably brought many, many new people into the field. So we want to really thank Milton. And I want to thank the Board of Trustees. We've got a terrific Board of Trustees going forward. And I see only great things as we march, to use a cliche, into the 21st century and into the 22nd century and in the centuries beyond. This is just a terrific board. It's a wonderful organization. All of you who are here, I'm sure you are members. If you're presenters, you have to be members. If you aren't, become a member, because you want to preserve an organization as good as this. Anyway, thank you. And shall we end the meeting, or what shall we do?
Thank you, Marty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
thank
Marty.
you.
Thank you. You deserve an ovation. Congratulations on your award. And I must, take these 20 seconds to really, really, really thank you, because, coming from India and making it up to Zoom, the way you would email, that come up with your topics or, the updates, little nitty gritties. I am so utterly grateful, because unless for the motivation and for those email threads, not just the subject, I don't think, if not for you, it would have been really difficult for me to be here. So thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you for making us one human family from India, as well as I'm from the South.
Grazie.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And I think I shall end. Well, I can't end the meeting, right? Tom can end the meeting.
I can end the meeting.
I think we're in the meeting on
Jackie,
time.
love you. Bye-bye. I shall see you very, very soon.
Yes.
Love everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
I get to see you on
Bye-bye.
Facebook.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you next year.
Oh, yeah.
Global.
Take care.
Nice to meet you.